Hello guys, what's up? Frost Galaxy Gamer here, and today I'm going to be talking about the 0.61 changes and the follow-ups on the 13th. So, first of all, they fixed some bugs. They fixed one that allowed people to scam. They fixed one where people could die in boss raids, but the thing about that one is it actually made it easier to skip certain kind of like levels of the boss fights. So, I'm wondering if they're going to fix that eventually. They added a shout out to the entire server when you pull a legendary card, and it is pretty cool. Someone in my server once pulled a core infliction, but that's also kind of a notification to be like, hey, if they pull a core infliction and they're a noob and they don't know how much it costs, make sure to try to trade with them, because they'll think it's worth nothing. I'm just kidding. Don't try to scam people like that. But yeah, it could help people want to trade with that person. So overall, it's just better. Next, they fixed a bug where mercenaries and mobs could get caught in infinite battles. Honestly, hashtag rip to the meme of that. That was a long-running meme in the Discord. Feels bad. Next, they fixed a bug where stuff could spawn inside the rocks in Oldbreck. I actually once started a fight inside a rock. It really didn't change a lot, because the game ignored that the rock existed, but I mean, it still did affect a lot. Next, they finally changed it so if you have a deck with 3 meditates in it, you'll be bumped down to 2. I mean, that's with the ultra rare change that happened on the 10th, so I mean, that's gonna happen. Next, item prices have been cut in half, and by item prices, they mean these. I don't see that affecting anything. Nobody's still going to buy these. These don't have to literally be worth 5 hexons each. I mean, I could see people using this, but once again, that's 50 hexons. Would you rather have 3 restore user to full health, or would you rather have a gold boost for 2 hours? And most people will say the gold boost. So, I mean, it doesn't really change a lot. That's pretty sad. Next, that there's an AI change to the mobs, so that some mobs will not run away when they get low on health, and they are all out aggression. It's much more of a pain in the butt when they don't run away, to be honest. And it does make Necromancer harder, makes Gonaku harder. So overall, it depends. If your deck is basically traps, this is kind of like a buff for old traps. But other than that, I don't even know. So now I'll just go over the card changes. The 12th, the card changes were that Core Infliction Stun was removed, which I personally think is kind of like a buff. I feel like it's a nerf in PvP, but a buff in PvE. Because in PvE, mobs don't know that they're confused, so they keep on attacking, which can literally mean that they attack each other, which is actually a buff in that case. But in PvP, that's a complete nerf, because people can just purge out of that. So, and then speaking of purge, its cost was increased to 1. So if you still don't have that 1 bit to use, you gotta use it on purge. And the final change is that Mercenary no longer has attack buff card. This basically switches his playstyle to Meat Shield, which I'm going to talk about with the second Mercenary change on the 13th. Because he used to be used as a buff bot, which I mean, if I had to pick between a buff bot and a Meat Shield, I'd pick a buff bot any day. So, I don't like this change personally, but it's just a rework. So, overall, Next, we have 3 major changes, and I alluded to one. The first major change is that Hocus Pocus's effect has been changed to select 2 non-legendary cards that are not named Hocus Pocus, or any card that isn't named Hocus Pocus, from your discard pile and add it directly to your hand. This fixes the issue that apparently if you discarded a card permanently, you clicked it in your hand and you decided to discard it, that you wouldn't actually be able to get it back from Hocus Pocus. That was, or the old Hocus Pocus, that was kind of like a bug. So in that way, BioStream squashed that one, and he also switched it, which is good because core spamming is over. We're out of that era in 3 days. So yeah, that got ended pretty fast. Next, Banana Peel actually deals 5 damage now. This isn't going to make it any better. I mean, literally, your enemy would have to be running an all melee deck for this to matter. I mean, Anthill is still going to outclass it. Bear Trap is still going to outclass it. Even Rubber Duck, to some extent, is going to outclass Banana Peel. It's not that good. Next, Meditate now renders the bits and debuff before the animation. So this is really good because what I said in the Bandit video no longer exists. Insta meditation, it actually feels much better because you have a much longer time to actually choose your actions. Next, Rusty Knife now deals 18 damage instead of 16. This is good, but the current highest bit to damage ratio belongs to Anthill, which does 0 bits for 24, or technically Ember, which is the same thing, but it costs 1 bit. I mean, like I said before, this isn't going to do much, but Rusty Knife is just a better finisher now. Like, the only reason why people use Rusty Knife and why I use Rusty Knife is to finish off mobs. In the final, most important in my opinion, major change is that Mercenary's health has been increased to 40. This is great because I won't die to 2-cost cards, but I feel like by turn 4, whenever you get Mercenary out, it's going to be a meat shield now. It's going to get roasted with the 2 lightning bolts. It's going to be non-existent, basically. So, overall, these changes are okay. I mean, we're going to have to see how these changes thin out when we wait for the next pack to come. Next pack or content update. And the reason why I'm saying those both separate, because we could either get, I believe what people voted for was Hexaria, which is a snowland, or just a new pack. I mean, if we got a new pack, it would affect us more, but I feel like the boss raid that's probably going to be in Hexaria is going to be the new meta. You know, it won't be Necromancer anymore. Necromancer will be old. So, it all depends on what the next addition to the game is. So, hopefully these changes do make more sense. I mean, I don't see any sense in nerfing the player, because I'm level 15 and I still have trouble soloing 2 elite bandits, which should not be a thing. And especially considering that Necromancer is a level 5, you should, with a group of 4 level 5s, I feel like you should be able to beat Necromancer because it's a level 5 boss. But it just doesn't work that way. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Please give a like, comment, and subscribe. This is Frost Galaxy Gamer. Peace out.